Good morning. Monday, February 3rd. This is the thumbnail and the title for today's show. And I say that because if you came to this video due to a different thumbnail, different title, it's because sometimes I change the thumbnail and title after the show is over because we address some topic that I think will do well in search results. If that's the case, hang on.
DougBetts said, hi, how you doing?
Yeah, I didn't get to the right place to confirm that speaker bot, so I'm going to do it again manually.
Yes, affirmative.
Yes, that's working. So if that is the case, go look in the description. You may find some information that will get you straight to the point in the video where we discuss the issue that you came to this video to see. Unless you're okay with watching our antics or interactions between myself in the chat room and comments on videos and emails. So with that much said, it is February 3rd, 2025. And I think I've got to go remind myself how many emails I have. Okay. Really, though, only 2 of those I need to talk about. Is Phil Stodd in the chat room? Let's go to a different one until I hear from him. And actually, I don't need to do that one either. So people in the chat room may be wondering, Doug, why the delay? I delayed the show by 1 hour, then I delayed it by another 15 minutes. And that was because I got a call from a client this morning that the reception computer was not functioning. It was not connecting to the internet. Now, there is a second reception computer. There are other computers that person could have used, but the phone at the reception desk is a special phone. It is more capable than the second receptionist desks. So they want to be able to operate from that desk. If I was out of town or something like that, it's okay. They could have gone along without it. I could have put them off, but I give first priority to my clients where I can be helpful to them. Now, here's a little tech vets for you, because we hear from Kerry about the way his business model works, and I share with how my business model works. And he has said on a few occasions, I don't think I'm putting words into his mouth, that he tries to keep everything all up and current and does some maintenance on things so that in order to prevent emergency calls, because he doesn't like emergency calls. I love them. I like them a lot. I have no hesitation or dissatisfaction with a client call me with an urgent situation, because it allows me to be what I always wanted to be when I was a kid, which is a superhero. I do have a superhero complex. I like to be called with an emergency situation and swoop in, solve it, and they're going to get a bill for that about 10 minutes. They're going to get charged my hourly rate for 10 minutes of time to cut that I came in quickly and fixed a situation that caused them significant grief with the reception number 1 desk not being able to work. All the other desks in the office, if somebody's computer's not working, they could go to another desk. It's a nuisance, but they know that they can call me quickly and get a quick response and very reasonable billing on it. So that just compares. Wintermute asks, do I have a cape? I did as a kid. Did I ever actually do a cape as an adult? I don't, not in my clients' offices, okay? But that is something that is a reality in my business. All right, now. So then I went to the client's offices. There's some around 10 minutes because I fixed the problem, and then I had conversations with management on about new computers. What the problem was, and this is something that I contemplate, ask myself every time I run into a situation. Is there something that I could have done that would have prevented this? And I don't think so in this case. Because here's what the problem was. It wasn't the computer at all. It's not me, it's you. It wasn't the computer at all. So I saw the wireframe globe on screen, went down. I brought in my kneeling cushion, my knee cushions, because my old man knees do not like to kneel down on the floor, crawl under the desk. Turn my cell phone flashlight on. Before my cell phones had flashlights, I'd carry a little pocket flashlight, coin style. In fact, I might have one of these around here. Just a little tiny thing, no bigger than this pick, spudger pick. But anyway, so I go under and I look at where the Ethernet connects to the back of the computer. There's no light. There's a network switch under this desk, a little 5-port network switch. And it was put in there because the people who installed the video surveillance system decided to put their video surveillance equipment under the reception 1 desk. I wasn't involved in that. They put in this switch. And so the network signal comes in to 1 port on the switch, and then 1 Ethernet cable goes out to the computer, 1 Ethernet cable goes to the DVR recorder. And I look at the switch. Hey there, Stormy. I look at the switch and see that the light for that computer is not on. So I unplug the Ethernet and plug it back in. Still doesn't come on. And sorry, I said that wrong. The light for that computer was on, but the light for the incoming Ethernet was not on. So I follow that wire back to see where it plugs into the wall. I had an idea in my mind where it was. It was not in a wall jack under the desk. So I back out from under the desk, get up, and the wire goes back behind the desk, behind a rolling file cabinet, and then goes up through a hole in the countertop. And then it goes over to the next station, the reception 2 desk, and there's an old style phone outlet, not what you would expect to see an Ethernet connection, old style phone modular connector, and there's 2 ports there for Ethernet, only one of them in use. And so I unplugged it from there and plugged it back in, got a good snap, good click, and then that light came on the switch, and took a little while for the computer to recognize the network connection, but that fixed it. And then I trained the new receptionist at that desk, she was in training last week for how to be the receptionist there. The prior receptionist is getting moved to a different desk in the office. And so I taught her how to unplug that and plug it in again. So I said, if this happens again, you can do that, but let me know that you had to do it, because if this is going to be a frequent problem, we want to do something else to solve it. So I didn't just show her. I said, okay, now you try it. And she walked over very tentatively. I mean, she is very tentative about it. I was just encouraging, yeah, there's just that little clip there. Depress it, pull it down. Yeah, that's right. And then put it back up. And I told her, now there's another opening right next to it. You can't see it because it's underneath there. You could put your finger on it to feel it. No, it won't shock you. That's okay. And she kind of laughed a little bit. So the point there is I actually had her try it, and I gave her encouragement. So simple little thing, not much to it. All you got to do is doodly do it. Who recognizes that cultural reference? So that's why the delay. Okay, so still 10 minutes. Why did it still take so long, Doug, to get back? Well, because I decided as long as I'm out on the road, I might as well go see my chiropractor, because my neck was not very good this morning. So I went into my chiropractor. I am one of very, very, very few people that can just walk in and get a treatment. I walk in through the back door, say hello to the receptionist. I even have keys to his back door. So that's why I was late this morning. I see, said the blind man to his deaf and dumb wife, who said, I heard that. Yeah, the blind man can't really see. Deaf can't hear, so she said she heard that. Dumb means she can't speak. Okay, Yeah, I said it right. I do have a redirect set up today to Adam Savage's live streams. There aren't many redirectable content creators that show up. So when somebody else shows up, I'll redirect to them. Carrie doesn't have a public show today, so I can't redirect to him on Mondays. And he starts at 1 p.m. Another 1 p.m.er, 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Red chat, please.
Do I feel taller now that I went to the chiropractor? He does me good. He does me good. Actually, I went to his house last night for an adjustment. I get the red carpet treatment, I tell you. He wears a superhero cape. Yeah, so like there's 3 of them now that have this 1 o'clock time, although I'm still saying Carrie has 1 o'clock time, but it's 1 o'clock his time. It's currently 12 o'clock in Pacific time, but during that half of the year when we are on daylight savings time, he's also 1 o'clock for Pacific time. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. I only work here. All right, let's go say hello to chat. Pop out chat, make it bigger. Don't block off my seconds timer. And then zoom in a bit here. John Williams, yes, you were number 1. You were the first one on the show. Did I see you last night on the Ken Stout live show? Nice to see you. And I informed people 1 hour delay, people saying hellos to each others. And then I said another 15 minutes. Now I found that I could not use my phone to actually schedule the show, to move the show back 15 minutes. All I could do is put in a chat message. Apparently, I can't edit a scheduled live stream on my cell phone unless it was a cell phone. It was scheduled to be
That's
a cell
big
phone
10-4
live stream. Yes, and John confirms that was him. It wasn't a fake. It wasn't a phony. It wasn't a fraud. It wasn't some AI. Zavim Laura, the clock is ticking. And he shows right about probably, 10. Did you do that? You could not do that emoji that way. Oh, no, you put that in at 10:02. That was showing 10:08. Interesting. I'll bet you didn't even notice that. I wonder how many Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney accounts have been canceled by Canadians due to tariffs. 25%, right? 25% for Canada and Mexico and 10% for China. I heard they were held off, delayed. When I first saw this story changes every 5 minutes, I thought he was referring to my start time. No, it's not all about you, Doug. Oh, I was going to tell a story on myself of some silly, stupid thing that I did. I can't remember what that was. It was just this morning, too. Oh, well. What's on the desk? What's on the desk? What's in the box? What's in the box? Do I still have that? No, I took that one off because I decided it was just a little bit unfriendly. No, nothing on the desk. Nothing on, oh, this. Yeah, this. I was really kind of looking forward to this. Simple little thing. A whole bunch of them. They're, get one that shows up better. It's for cables, because I was just a little bit tired of these cables. Let's see, I can't show that. I was wondering if I can show that well on my phone. I just looked at the time, it's 10:29. I thought, oh my God, it's already been a half an hour? No, you started 15 minutes after, silly duck. Let's see, can I show you the reason for this way? Yeah, okay. So here, I got my cell phone on the remote thing that I was showing yesterday. Now you're not going to be able to hear me so well when I get over there. But that's how I have my cables over there. And it's a little bit of a nuisance on those black clips to hang it that way. So the idea behind this, and it's a nuisance to hang them up again because I tend to knock these things off. So here's what I figured I could do is, and I haven't even tried doing this yet, put these things on here so that when I use one of these cables and go to hang it back up there, all I have to do then is hang the one end on it. I don't have to do so much maneuvering. Simple little thing, isn't much to it. And it just make my life a little bit easier there. So that's what was on the desk. Hello, Alice, Ran Israel, John Williams, Frosty. We're expecting rain here. Where's the suit? Burgundy shirt is nice. Oh, the suit, the spandex? No. Oh my gosh. My grandson, when I went to his wrestling, the spandex suits that they make them wear. Oh, no. Do not like those. That would prevent me from doing that. No. I did do wrestling in high school, but not on a team. So it was just regular gym clothes. Wintermute. Let's see. I need to receptionist name story. I need to skim through these a little bit. Oh, okay. Not a whole lot more. Rick Lakes, Steve Dodd, Jeff Freeman. Now, let's get over to some channel comments. All right. So I've got this all set up. Jim KJ3N pointed out that if it has the S on the end, that's the way that YouTube does it, but it works without the S on the end. And I decided, well, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and pin my link, my URL with it. So 1084. That will be for Matt Lockization. Says, thank you for your generous reply, Doug. And that's when I gave him a reply to a comment that he made. And it wasn't on this video. This is the video where I did the reply. But his original comment was on another video. And I don't at the moment remember what the subject matter was. But you're certainly welcome. And thank you for saying thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. All right. I almost forgot. to do this right now. 11:27. All right. So now we have David Kausch. I do network turnups. Oh, let's see. I got to make this bigger. There we go. That one worked pretty well. This was we previously responded to him. He was having the network issue where he wasn't getting the speed that he was expecting. He has a 2.5 gigabit internet service or 2 gigabit internet service. But anyway, let's read through this. I do network turnups all day long, and I have run through all the troubleshooting issues that would apply. I removed my Cat 6 cable from my 1 gig switch. Well, now there's an issue right there that he apparently didn't previously get. However, he wasn't even getting 1 gig. He was only getting 300 megabits per second. So his 1 gig switch was going to bottleneck him at 1 gig. But so he removed the cable from his 1 gig switch, plugged it into port number 4 of the new B7 gateway. Now, I don't know what this B7 gateway is. I didn't do any searching for it. If anybody can go find a link for that to find out what its network ports are capable of, because just because it's a new gateway or new router does not mean that it's capable of 2.5 gigabit on its LAN ports. He might have already addressed that in the rest of this statement. I don't know yet. I use a Uni 2.5 USB to Ethernet adapter on a USB 3.1 port. Now, there's some people around here that know the speeds of ports really well. Those numbers just go in one ear and out the other. So he's not using a 2.5 gigabit built into his computer. He's using a USB Ethernet adapter on a USB 3.1 port. That's not the highest level of USB available. So we're also looking, and the chat room will probably go research this for us. Is the USB 3.1 port absolutely going to be capable of the 2.5 gigabit? The issue is also affecting my 1 gig speeds as well. Yeah, if there's, like when I responded to him previously, if there's some negotiation going on because the network adapter can't achieve the full speed, it might be over negotiating to a lower speed. So we demonstrated how to tell it to only accept a particular speed, and that would be a method of troubleshooting. You could tell it to only accept 2.5 gigabit. You could tell it to only accept 1 gigabit or only operate at 1 gigabit. Or by default, an adapter will be set to auto, to where it picks what level to be at. The issue is also affecting my 1 gig speeds as well. All my computers show connections at max speeds of the network interface cards and that they have, and my 2.5. So they may not all be 2.5, but they're showing their maximum speed, and that's fine. They want a device, please. A computer that's on your network that's at a slower Ethernet capability than yours is not going to slow you down because you're not going through that. Ran Israel shows the XB7 on this page. An XB7? So maybe that's Xfinity. Is that what this means? New B7 is an Xfinity B7. So that's why Ran is showing us a link for XB7. Okay, we'll get to that in a little bit. I turned off my IPv6 and it did help a little, but not much. That's one of the things that was suggested by the chat room. Was this on, I don't know if this was on Saturday. Yeah, that was on Saturday that we addressed that. The only thing that makes my situation a little different is that Xfinity put in a Mocha box to get my cable TV and internet to work. Could somebody give me what that stands for, Mocha? It seems to me like it's some kind of a conversion. Seems like it was related to fiber. I didn't even know I was set up like that until my wife unplugged it one day to use that outlet. So then the TV stopped working. What happened? Even looking at my downstream, I noticed that I'm at minus 42 dB. That's way out of range, and Xfinity support claimed it was fine, should be between minus 15 and 15 dB. Now, I was only aware of dB measurements for Wi-Fi. I wasn't aware of that for Ethernet. Am I wrong about that? Let's see. Ran Israel says this Mocha is media over copper adapter. So that's a box to convert from the Ethernet signal coming in, converting it to the cable, which would be the RG40, RG62 or RG58. I think it's 62 that TV uses. One of those two. So that's what that would be for, is multimedia over copper adapter in order to be able to go through the copper of a coax cable. Ran Israel refers to LAN over cable. Okay. Looking for somebody to respond about this DB. Is that something that's used in Ethernet? I thought that was just Wi-Fi. Greg M says dB is signal strength. The ISP can tweak the ONT box to adjust signal levels. Does this person have fiber to the premises? Okay, in the absence of fiber, is dB relevant to Ethernet? Is this something that you would be able to measure from your computer? Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. But that doesn't mean we're David, that doesn't mean that we're dropping the conversation. No, we'd like to continue the conversation with you for sure. Okay, let's see what else has been said in chat on this subject. Oh, well, I mentioned Adam Savage. I gotta point this out. Where is he? Where is this? 6.88 million subscribers. I'm closing on him fast. I'm closing on him fast. Look out, Adam. I am catching up. Today I'm one subscriber closer than I was yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. Now, it's used to measure signal strength and signal noise ratio on the WAN side. Okay, so dB is a thing, even over Ethernet. dB is also applicable to coax as well. To me, refers to signal loss. It's a measurement system. I'm aware of that piece. I just wasn't aware of it being used in an Ethernet. Applies to DSL cable as well. Signal strength, the ISP can tweak. Yeah, I saw that. LAN over cable. So
Red chat, please.
Not Ethernet, the WAN side. Okay, well, see, here's a clear answer. I was asking, does this apply to Ethernet? All of this kind of danced around it. Nobody actually said yes or no. Ran Israel says, no, not Ethernet. The WAN side. Thank you for actually answering what I asked instead of all this dancing around it. The Fluke testers test the dB level of Ethernet. Well, now here's Gary saying the opposite. The Fluke testers test the dB level of Ethernet. So how much signal loss is lost over the cables? But that's not what David is. He's not complaining about the signal loss over the cables. He's talking about the signal loss from the service provider, internet service provider. Does anybody have a comment about this minus 42 dB? Now, looking at my downstream, downstream to me means the computers that are connected in serial downstream from your computer. That's what the term downstream doesn't seem to apply at this point. If you had like a router and you had switches maybe connected serial to each other, then the word downstream would apply. So I'm not sure what he's referring to with downstream. Maybe you could clarify if that's important, David. I don't know if you consider that important, because I'm not sure what you're meaning with that. Yeah, so maybe these are
read chat, please.
Maybe these are together. Downstream equals data from the ISP to the modem, upstream the other way around. So you couldn't really measure data downstream from your computer. All you could measure is, are you saying download, like the download speed is downstream? That's what it means, right? His download speed. I just haven't heard it referred to as downstream. Okay, so his download speed, his content coming down, is at minus 42 dB. I haven't looked at those numbers, dB numbers at all outside of Wi-Fi. or a signal booster for cell phone. I've encountered it there. Download and upload channels are provided on different frequencies. They have separate dB values. All right. Steve McCure joining in my confusion. I took off work today to have schmaltz injected to my knees. Is that a malt liquor? Are you trying to reduce pain by shooting alcohol into your knees? Now let's not go down there. We got Windows technical stuff to talk about. Best wishes for that procedure, Gary. All right. I think I covered all of that. Oh, it's been 30 minutes. Give David thumbs up and heart, and I've given him his timestamp. I'm gonna look at something. The same person. I received an email from David indicating that he's going to send us some screenshots and some pictures by email to continue this conversation. That's awesome, David. Thank you so much. Highly encourage that. Let's see. Should I go into overtime? Yeah, I got a little bit behind a little while ago on these, and I just did not feel good about that at all. Okay, so I want to make sure that I did that correctly there on David's. Yes, I did. So this one is Bubble Buns. Sadly, this is old, outdated, does not work. Thanks, YouTube algorithm. So he's responding on a short, did that comment on a short. And I played through that short. It's only 15 seconds long. So I'm going to turn on my Chrome audio so that you can hear it. Let's see, that one. They said it couldn't be done, but I've done it. Fresh install of Windows 11 home on a computer. No Microsoft account associated with the computer. It's going to take a little while for the video to finish processing. It should be up on my channel in a few hours. Okay, so that short didn't give any technique at all, any method. So I haven't even gone to look at see what that method was, but that short was like 2021. Did I just close it? Yeah, so that's way old. Bubble Buns, we do know how to do Microsoft Windows Home 11 without a Microsoft account. It would be use Rufus to create your install media. It gives you checkboxes that you can just check. That's the easiest way. If you're using actual Windows, Microsoft Windows media install on a USB, then when you're on the page where it's asking for you to do an account, you do Shift F10. That'll get you to a command prompt. And then type in, and everybody's wondering, is he going to remember the command correctly this time? You do OOBE, which stands for Out of Box Experience. OOBE / no, all right, and no something or other. But anyway, you do that command, hit enter, and then restart the computer, and it'll come back and it'll just ask you for a username without an account. We got to tell them what the command is. Go ahead and give it to me in chat.
Read chat, please.
Here it is. Here it is. They're giving it to me because I never remember that. Yeah, there it is. OOBE / bypass NRO with the network disconnected. So disconnect yourself from the internet. Type in this command and hit enter, and you should see it responds somehow. I think it just goes to another. I think it just returns to a DOS prompt. I don't think it gives you any confirmation message. but you should not get an error message. If you type it wrong, you may get an error message. And it would be / because what happens is the folder that you're in when you do that Shift F10, when you're at the place in the installation process where it's asking you to put in a Microsoft account, that'll put you in the right folder to do this command. So OOBE is a subfolder of whatever that, I think it's a system folder. It's a subfolder. You put a / bypass NRO is the name of the executable that's in that folder that will then prevent the requirement of putting in a Windows user account. But you have to have the internet disconnected. Don't be connected to the network at all, because if you are connected, then it doesn't work. Schmaltz is chicken fat. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. I understand how that would help in the I never did get to that. I didn't get to that router. So let's see, did we get all of this? Okay, so Bubble Buns, the last thing to say for you is we're here 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time with some variants, and Saturdays, 11 a.m. Pacific time with some variants. Variants could mean that the show might start late or it might get skipped occasionally. And we're here to answer people's questions, myself and the chat room, to respond to Windows technical issues. So I'll be happy to see you come around again, and I hope that helps. Now, I was saying that I've neglected to go to look at that router. Did you find out if that router was capable of 2.5 gigabit on its LAN ports, up to 1 gigabit speeds or more? Overview of Xfinity, XF1. Looks like maybe they have XB7. So let's try searching XB7. Here it is. I have this. This is exactly what mine looks like. Okay, those are Wi-Fi. Maximum data throughput 2.5 gigabits, but does that mean the LAN ports? Because you could have 2.5 gigabits coming into the router and going out to Wi-Fi and to the other devices,
Read chat, please.
But not actually going to each one at that speed. Are you answering this question for me? Port 4 is 2.5. Oh, and that's, he told us specifically port 4, didn't he? Port 4. If I search for that, will it show me? Port 4. No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually tell me that there. How about if I do 2.5? So that's why he was telling us 2.4. So he's got that covered. He sounds like he knows what he's doing. XB7, maximum data throughput. I'm not seeing in here where it tells me actually port 4. If you see where to show that, let me know in chat. Give me something to search for. They'll take me right to it. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to this next comment. I have been doing this on every one. I am so proud of myself. Hellablix says, did this and my PC is now stuck at the black screen. And that was on the video, how to upgrade Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro. I thought, oh no. But then the same day, figured it out. I needed to reconnect to Wi-Fi after it reboots.
Please.
After it reboots at the sign-in prompt. Thank you. So we got the issue fixed. Awesome. Well done. Hellablix. We are here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, Saturdays, 11 a.m. Pacific time, to respond to people's questions on Windows technical issues. So if you have anything coming up, please come around and ask us a question. We love them. And that will finish it. He's got a thumbs up and a heart. Now, somebody just give me a read chat. link up. I'm saying search for link up. So I'm Control C. I'm going to his link. This is for Cox. Control F, Control V, enter a 0. There's no hits on link up. Nope, he wasn't telling me what to search for. Gary says a friend of his has that router and he's tested it. What test? How did it go? Were you able to get 2.5 gigabit per second on a LAN port? Or a Wi-Fi for that matter? Or did you just, is that why you knew that? 2.5, yes. On a LAN port? On port 4. Okay. In the web page, search port 4. Ethernet port 4 marked with an orange line on the bottom right is the 2.5 gigabits port, the port preferred for wired devices. All right, let's go see if mine has that. There's my phone. Oh, it went to sleep. That's why it's no longer available. Come on. Do the swipe. Gotta only swipe. If you go down past the halfway mark, then it goes into some other feature. You might remember on Saturday I switched the defaults of this so it does full screen. Oops, it's not full screen now. All right, there's full screen. So let's go see if mine has that mark. Yeah, I don't know if I have that particular model. Yeah, mine might not be that particular model. I'll look at that more after the show. Oh, there's the orange mark. I wasn't at a place where I really could see it. I can't unplug that, and I can't look at it close enough to see if that red mark is there. If I unplug that, I don't know if that unplugs my stream. I'm just going to use the flashlight, so you're not going to see this. Ah, all right, I can show it to you. I just turned the router down on its side. And so, yes, there's the red line right between the gray and the blue wire. So, apparently I have exactly the same model that he has. But I don't have any computers around here that do 2.5 gigabit. Am I willing to buy one to test it? That USB adapter. Hey, yeah, let me know. Give me some more information about that particular USB adapter. I might just buy it myself and demonstrate it, or so that we have comparison, so I can show you how it works on my side. Was that David? Yeah, David Couch. Yeah, David. So do we already know enough about that? Boy, he's going into overtime now, isn't he? Uni 2.5 USB. Is that enough to find it? I mean, Uni just...
Read chat, please.
Oh, yeah, look at that. USB-C to Ethernet is 3.1. 3.1 can be either type A or type C, can't it? $15, $16. Come to me tomorrow. Should I order it? 1 in chat if you think I should just go ahead and order it now. 0 if you think I should not. What was that last read chat? Almost the new mini PC have 2.5 LAN port. He says no, don't do it.
Read chat, please.
Zavi, are you saying that because that's what you have seen on the ones that you've looked at? I'm hard pressed to imagine these inexpensive minis that I've been buying would have that. Even 3.0 would do. Okay, even USB 3.0 would be fast enough for the 2.5. The question that I asked is can 3.1 be type A or type C? Now, I don't know if that's the question that Gary was responding to, because there are too many questions. So use a few more words. There's a yes and a no. So I can't tell. There's a delay. Use more words, please. Did I get through all the chats? I mean, all the comments. Yeah, I did. Good. All right. I'm going to shut this down. I'm planning normal time for tomorrow. See here again. Ran both. What are you saying? Both. I guess 3.0 can be either type A or type C. So saying something like 3.0 can be type A or type C. Gary says, yes, 3.1 can be A or C. I could have just Googled it for as long as that took. I saw it in Carrie's show review about mini PC. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I don't accept that. I don't accept, because look, Carrie's right about a lot of things, but I have a hard time telling
chat, please.
when he's actually referring to his experience or his research. So I don't accept that he actually researched all the variety of mini PCs to see if that they all have 2.5. He's been doing a lot of higher priced mini PCs, and they should have them. So they may have been having them all, but yeah, no, that's not enough to say it. And he might even actually respond to that. No, I wasn't saying it's all of them. I don't know what he was saying.
Red
But
chat,
at this
please.
point, that would be considered hearsay. Some of my replies show up delayed in your chat window. That's an extra reason why you need to give more. What are you saying? Yes or no to? What are you saying? Both to. Ran Israel. So here he gave me more of a longer description, and I almost passed over and didn't read it. I did pass over and didn't read it. I almost didn't go back and catch it. USB 3.2 at 20 gigabits per second, should be lowercase b, right? Or faster is type C only. Yeah, I thought there was some point in there where it could only be type C, and you can't be either. 3.2 at 20 gigabits per second. Or faster is type C only. 10 gigabits and lower can be type A as well. So this is telling me that 3.2 can be type C or type A, but only type C is going to do 20 gigabits per second. If you have a 3.2 type A, that's going to be 10 gigabits per second. I promise you, I will not remember that.
Read chat, please.
Correct. Should be lowercase b, my mistake. I did not say that all mini PC. I said almost all of them. I would even take exception to that. I would take exception to that. I mean, where is your data for that? If you actually did a statistical analysis, then I could accept almost all. But if it's just what you have noticed, what you have observed in the ones that you have experienced, then that's not, that I don't accept that for saying almost all.
Reread chat, please.
Yeah, yeah. He's saying that's okay. It's okay if I don't remember because he will. And I count on you guys for remembering all this. All the bitty bits, all the bitty bits information that I don't want to try to remember because I don't care about it. It never, ever underline, bold, italics, never matters in the work that I do with my clients. Never. Did I tell you never? TB. 4 or 5. TB. Too bad. Tom Baker. Terabyte.
Read chat, please.
4 or 5. TB.